how to do it. Let me show you how to do it.
Alright guys, so this is an old unit at my rental house, and the tenant was complaining that it's vibrating quite a bit, so let's test it out. What I did was I disconnected the compressor wire, so while I'm doing the testing, I'm not turning on the compressor all the time, so it's just a blue wire from the firm. That's all I did, and now I can just push in the plunger. So if I press the plunger, it has a lot of vibration. So this thing has a lot of vibration, and we're going to find out why there is a vibration. So the reason this thing was having a lot of vibration was the fan blade, basically. You can see somebody tried to balance it quite a bit. I guess at some point the motor was replaced, and somebody beat it quite a bit to get it out, and that does affect. So if you're removing a fan blade and if you try to beat it up just to get it out, and you can see how they beat it with the hammer, seems like it really impacts the fan blade, and kind of mess up with the weight distribution, and it's very hard to kind of get this perfectly in line. One thing you can try is get one of these weights and try to put it, on different fan blades, and kind of try to figure out if the vibration goes away. But it's very tedious, very time consuming, versus you can throw this away, get yourself a new fan blade. Cost you like around 50-60 bucks. You can pick it up, and I got it from my local motor. I installed this one. Now I was not able to find the exact orientation, so when you're getting a fan blade, you want to make sure you either take your old fan blade with you, or what the orientation is. So either a clockwise or a counterclockwise rotation. So that rotation is important for you to know. So in my case, the blade I got is not the same rotation. The way you can tell is look at the fan blade, how after it's mounted, so this thing should be facing downwards because your motor is flipped upside down. So this is how this part is supposed to be facing towards the motor. So if I put it like this is the right orientation, but look how this fan blade is facing this way, and that fan blade is facing downwards, and this is upwards. That tells me this is the completely opposite orientation of this one. So what that means is if you leave the motor rotation the way it was, the fan is not going to blow the air outwards, and that's what you need. One test you can do is take any kind of plastic works out the best, plastic bag or something, and put it right here, and while your fan is running, this should stick to it. Or you can put this over here. If it sticks to the top fan, that tells you that orientation is wrong, because the air should be blowing outwards, not sucking in. Only this part should be sucking in. So the idea is basically the air kind of flows through here, goes in, and blows out from here. So kind of cool these fins right there to get the heat out from the coolant that is coming from the compressor. Not the coolant, but the refrigerant. So it just takes all the heat out and dissipate that into the air. That's how it's supposed to be working. So when I installed this, it was not blowing outwards, and this was in fact sucking in, and I kind of came to realize that the motor orientation needs to be changed. So if your motor is basically a factory installed motor, it's not going to work, guys, because on the factory installed motors you don't have this option to change the orientation. So for the factory, you have to get the right rotation fan, and if you don't get the right rotation fan, then it's not going to work for you. But since I had a custom motor, you'll see these wires, and to change the orientation, or the rotation of the motor, all you have to do is just swap the two wires. So for example, normally yellow is coming into yellow, white is going into white. So if you have to change the rotation, you put the yellow into white, and same thing over here, white into yellow. So you just kind of cross them, and that kind of changes the rotation of the fan, which will fix the issue that you're having. So in my case, I did, and what we'll do is we'll turn the motor and we'll stick this paper right here, and it should start sucking the air in. So let's try that. Hold it right here since I don't have a camera stand and I'm recording. There you go. You can see the air is blowing out from here, and this is sucking in. And all I'm doing is just holding the plunger. And when I let it go, it should fall down. There you go. So that tells me it is the right orientation. Also, you can notice the vibration is gone. There's a lot of vibration before, all the pins were moving, but now it's nice and smooth. No vibration, and that's what you want. You don't want any kind of vibration on your unit, otherwise you can have issues in the long run. So that's it. Hopefully this video helps you guys. Guys, please give it a thumbs up and like the video.